Hello everyone, Vanguard of Valor here, and welcome back to another day in Xanadu. We've been in this town for 20 years now, and things are going fairly well, I'd have to say. We're up over 100 inhabitants. We're starting to upgrade ourselves to stone buildings. We got a nice stockpile of wood, stone, and iron. We have a good amount of tools, and clothes, herbs, and food, although we're going to start running into food problems soon if we don't up our production quite quickly, as we've been dropping pretty significantly since we built these 5 more homes. Now, another thing we've got to watch out for is we've recently got ourselves some sheep, which have produced us a little bit of wool. Our wool, of course, will be sitting in our town hall somewhere, but that's nothing super important as of yet. We'll start switching over to warm clothes later. We do have a bit of a problem, though, in that we're not really able to keep up with the demand in a lot of ways for our population. We're low on firewood, so we need to try and get another woodcutter to hopefully help deal with that problem. And we're also getting lower on food, like I mentioned. One other strange thing that's been going on is our builders have been absolutely refusing to upgrade our homes into the newer updated stone versions that we're trying to get. We've got 4 different buildings here that are in the process of being upgraded, 2 of which are being demolished, and 2 of which are just being straight up upgraded using the in-building upgrade function. As far as I can tell, though, neither of them are actually happening. So, we'll see if that changes in the future, or if these buildings are just going to be stuck here forever, which is kind of a lame thing. Hopefully that'll get around to being fixed soon, because I'd quite like to be able to upgrade my houses to stone, as firewood gets a bit tiresome, especially when it gets used up so incredibly quickly by our massive population. Now, this woodcutters is almost finished, and once we can supply somebody else to that job, we'll be doing good in that respect. But for now, I'm not super impressed with how our ability to upgrade these buildings has been going. There we go, drop that back down again, another person in the woodcutter job, and that will help deal with our firewood situation, I hope. With a 3rd woodcutter, that should give us more than enough for our current population. People are still getting cold, though, and we've run out of space in our school again. This is unlikely to continue to be a problem for long, as we only have about 30 children total, and as they age up, it should fix the problem naturally, but I'm still a little bit concerned overall. Either way, for now, we're going to let that run a little bit, and we're going to see what happens here with these buildings, because so far, I'm not convinced this is going to work out for us. One thing, we got another trader coming in. One thing we're going to also try and do is set up some more farms in some more out-of-the-way locations, but what we're going to do is quickly slow down. Didn't even realize we were in 10 times there, and see what he wants to trade us. He wants to trade us some warm coats. Well, we don't really need to buy warm coats. We'll be able to make our own soon, so I'm not super keen on that one, thanks. They are very valuable trade goods, though, because you can trade them for 20 each, so if you have a bunch of spares, they're pretty nice. I forgot to switch our crops around, too, this year. We'll have to do that later. But yeah, we definitely need to start building up some more food sources, and if we can get some nice fishing docks with a large access area that gives us about 2,000 fish a year, that would be really nice. I noticed there's another bump over here we might be able to take use of, and another one on this side that we might be able to get use of. So, let's experiment again with some more fisheries. So, if we were to build fishing docks in this area, we can probably build... probably only really get 1, but we might be able to get a good amount out of it. Now, we're looking for anywhere that has an abnormally high exposure to the water. So somewhere like this is perfect. If we build that here, we have a pretty massive water area around it, which should be able to give us a pretty nice amount of fish. So we'll build one there. And we build another one over here, that should give us that same benefit. Not quite as nice, perhaps. It has a lot more of a stone promontory around it, but it's still a pretty high amount of water in the area, which should be much better than our average haul from a river-locked fishery. And we'll see how this works out. I'm assuming they're not going to be as efficient as this one, but those 2 could still be quite nice if it works out that way. I want to see this get finished as well. We're going to have a whole bunch of building projects to do in a second, because I'm going to try and build some other things to get us over there. For one thing, we're going to want to build a road that goes from our... from here around to here. So this looks like it's going to work. Oh, not quite. I can build one down to here and then arrange the rest of it once we get there. There's some rocks in the way, unfortunately, which kind of mess up my pathing. But if we build them nice and close, we can get most of the way down in more or less a straight line. Come on, get out of the way. The symbol is blocking my ability to see where I'm actually building the road. Alright. Like so, perhaps? There we go, that'll do. It's a bit wiggly, but goes around the mountain. People might just walk over the mountain instead of taking this road around, but we'll see. It's an interesting experiment. And on this side, I might want to build a tunnel rather, through the mountain to bypass some of this walking. I also might just build a path over this way, because that would work just fine too. If we do try and build a tunnel, how expensive will it be? 112 stone to build a tunnel through there, but that might be worthwhile, honestly, because it'll significantly reduce the amount of walking people have to do to get to the other side. So, and then we build ourselves a road like so. It'll be a nice coastal road, right along the edge there. Alright, that should do. Doesn't impinge too much on any of our other workspaces. That does give us a lot of laborers needed to do building tasks, though, and these buildings are still not being changed. I'm not super impressed by. Let's speed this up again and see what happens here. Now, our crop harvest should give us an extra little boost of food, but it won't probably give us 100% this time. We'll see if we get so lucky as that. I'm expecting a lesser yield this year. And we'll see what we actually get. Again, we're low on firewood. Even with 3 people producing firewood, we're not able to really produce a stockpile. That is a worrying piece of information. That's very unusual, in fact. I'm very surprised that we're using up so much firewood so quickly. Why won't you build these buildings? Maybe this has got to be bugged. There's no way it should take them this long. If they finish everything else before that gets done, there is definitely something wrong here. And they're building the roads immediately. They're immediately working on these new fishing huts. Yeah, something is definitely wrong here. Alright, well, that's definitely a thing that's happening. I wonder if there's a better way to remove these buildings. Like, can we clear out the inventory somehow, and maybe that'll help make sure they actually change it? I don't know. I don't know. Either way, I'm going to come over here, tell them to start harvesting this food. It's harvest time. And that should be good. Oh, we got another sheep! Yay! As we gradually get more sheep, we'll be able to do more with them. Oop, that was what I meant to do, was it? Yeah, it was. Click show or hide production statistics. We're only getting about 6 wool a season right now because we only have 2 sheep. But now that we have a baby, we should start getting more. I guess each sheep produces 3. Seems reasonable enough to me. And using that, we'll be able to get ourselves warm coats instead of just coats, which would be very nice. Let's switch it over to warm coat and see if you can actually make some. I don't think the wool will be used for anything else on its own. I think it's literally just used for making coats. Yeah, it's all sitting in there right now. So we can take that and start making some nice coats out of it. And that'll be great. Unfortunately, more of our people are dying. The old age problem does continue, but overall, I'm not too worried. Our cemetery is getting a bit full. We have a bit of time before we have to build a new one, though, so for now we'll leave it. I'll probably build the new one over here by the back of the cemetery around this way. It's too bad you can't build them in a different shape. Like, if I try and build one beside it, it won't connect the walls. It just puts walls on both of them, which is a little bit disappointing, but still, should work out okay. Excuse me. Either way, we're going to keep letting people work here and see how it goes. Our food situation's looking pretty good because of the influx coming from our wheat and from our squash. So that's lovely. Hopefully we can get these fishing huts done quickly, and hopefully they'll be as productive as I hope. The one concern I have with building them, though, is that we don't really have a whole bunch of extra people to put into doing the job. A lot of our adults are currently busy doing other tasks. I'm not sure if we need to really leave our physician in there either. We could probably take them out because it's not like we have anybody who needs to do medical work right now. I guess I'll just turn this off for now. If we have another plague outbreak, we'll turn it back on and maybe it'll be able to help us. But for now, I think our hospital can afford to be off. So instead of doing it off, we'll just do this. No, that's not better. Alright, we'll just leave it off. I don't like having that glowing sign right there, though. Oh well. We have people dying of old age, but like I said, our cemetery can still handle it, so I'm not too worried about that for now. We have a good influx of food coming in here from our farms, although not quite fast enough. We might start losing some of these crops if you guys don't hurry up. We're already down to late autumn. I'd hate to lose anything. And still, no progress made at all over here. And they've already started building both of these fishing huts. Yeah, there's definitely something bugged out about that. And winter hits, so we're going to start losing our crops. We got most of them harvested, though, which is the important thing. What do we get? We got about 615, not the full 700 this time, but oh, it's getting pretty close to it. We might lose 2 of these things, 699. That's pretty good, actually. That's pretty good. Okay. I guess I shouldn't complain then. But yeah, the real concern right now is our inability to change these homes over. After this episode, I may go do a bit of research and see if I can figure out if there really is a bug stopping houses from being updated or taken down at all, and if it's not just my workers being super lazy. Because it seems wrong that they can't upgrade these houses, given that that's clearly a mechanic that's intended to be in the game. Let things run a little bit quickly for now, though. They're also adding stone to the tunnel, which is good, so that'll get finished eventually. We're Fisherman's Hut's already done. Awesome. So we're going to put more people into that. There we go. And the other one is done? Not quite. It's in the build stage, though, so it'll get done pretty quickly, especially if we speed boost here. Boost our way through this winter. But yeah, I'm glad to see that we've actually got a decent stockpile of firewood here. We're no longer constantly at 0, but it's probably going to burn out pretty quick now that winter's started, and hopefully they'll be able to deal with the demand a little bit better, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how that handles it. It looks like it's still going to be pretty close to nothing, which I'm not super fond of, but okay. Other fishing hut is finished, so that's good. We can get more people working now. We're already out of laborers, though, so we'll take some of our builders away. Put them into laboring jobs. There we go. It's all 16 fisherman jobs filled. That'll deal with even more food production, which should be great, and we can experiment now, because these all have slightly different exposures to the water. This one is not quite as good as this one, which this is the best. This one's slightly less. This one's slightly less again, and this one is about flat. And we'll be able to see, based on their consistent fish production, which of those is actually better, if it really does make a difference about how much water access you have. Like I think it should. Like I think it does, rather. It'll be an interesting experiment to make. Either way, we're going to let people get back to work here. Let's get our tunnel finished. It's just about done now. Let's need to actually do the building stages of it. Whew. And we should be okay. We got more children coming in. Have we actually been making some coats, too? I think we're out of wool now, so we're switching back to normal hide coats so we can keep producing. I think we could probably afford to just stop for now, though, really. We have a lot of stored coats, and if we don't waste all our leather, we'll be able to use it more on wool once we get more wool. But I don't know. Having more coats to trade with is nice, because those are pretty valuable, even if they're not the warm coat variation. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, it definitely is very strange that they're not doing anything to this, these houses. It's like, I don't believe that they're being demolished. I'm not sure how we forced them to demolish them either. Take all the people out and put all the people back in. Maybe that'll do it. Don't think that'll change anything, but we'll see. We've had this problem before, though, with our farms. Like they wouldn't work the farms properly. Maybe there's something related to that affecting this. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But it is very frustrating. Let's just prioritize these highly again. Make sure they know that this is what needs to be done here. High priority, high priority, high priority, high priority, high priority. Get it? It's important. We'll see if people actually get that stuff done now. So, a bunch of our children are aging up, which is great. We have an 81 adult population, which is massive. Our tunnel here is finished, so our people can get to work easily without having to walk across the mountain. Hopefully they do that now instead of walking across the mountain. If we check these guys' routes using the route tool... Good, they take the tunnel. Perfect. So, that is very nice. I'm still a bit baffled by this, though. Nobody seems to... Oh, the people are taking stuff out of it. Yes, okay, that's what it is. People have to empty it out before they can remove it. That is why it wasn't getting upgraded, apparently. Because they weren't taking the stuff out. It looks like we might actually be able to accomplish something here now. Very nice. I wonder why that was happening, though, because it seemed to be fine. Like... I'm not sure what triggered that to switch. Also, what is that sheep doing outside of the pen? Naughty sheep, you have escaped. Excuse me again. But yeah, that's interesting. Now it seems to be working. They might actually demolish the buildings now. I don't know what was causing that to give us such trouble, though. The other interesting question is... Oh, now it's 20%. Ah, there we go. They're demolishing them now. They're actually doing it. I want to see if these ones upgrade properly or not. Now we're going to build the stone house in the same place. There we go. That'll keep them busy. A merchant has arrived. Fantastic. Let's take a look at what they're selling. Hello. You're selling nothing but food. Alright, we don't need chestnuts, peppers, mushrooms, and cabbages right now, so you can keep them. Thank you very much. And we're going to keep construction going here. I'm very excited that it's actually happening now, and it looks like you get some of the wood and stone back, which is very interesting. I don't know what percentage of wood and stone you get back, but there definitely appears to be some. So that's pretty cool. I want to see if these ones actually get produced properly. They look like they're almost done, because they actually are dropping their storage production. What am I saying? They are dropping the levels of stuff in the storage level. What am I... Oh my good words. Words are not happening right now, I apologize. What I'm trying to say is people are taking stuff out of them. That's all I was trying to say. So it might actually be productive for us. We'll have to see, though. Look at all them wheats. I really like the look of the wheat. I keep forgetting to change the fields, though, which is a problem. Do that next season, I guess. But I'm glad that they're actually changing things here. This is good. This is good. A bunch of old people died of old age, though. We're down to only one person in laborer jobs. Not quite as good. Not quite as good at all. I might have to drop some builders out. One of the problems with having nobody available to do laborer jobs is that if somebody dies of old age and there's nobody to replace them, they're just missing, and you have to go back and look through the logs and figure out what they were to put them back in, which is a little bit less than ideal. For now, though, we'll just have to make do and see what we can do here. Our stockpile here is getting very full as well. I might need to build another one of those. We got a lot of stone, though, and if we can start actually building these stone houses, that should start burning through it, because, well, they're stone houses. They take a lot of stone. Oh, good. We're down to 0% storage. They can actually try to remove the buildings and upgrade them. So I'm assuming that the upgrade function actually works pretty well then. Because if it'll automatically replace it with the stone building once it's finished with the deconstruction, which we can experiment with right here, does it automatically start building the new one in its place? Yes. Okay, so it literally just immediately replaces it with the new job. So that's very convenient then. We can rely on that. So we'll set this one to be replaced as well. It's too bad we have to take the inventory out before we can accomplish it, but that's still not too bad. And a bunch of our children are aging up and becoming students and whatnot, so that's good, although we have a very low child population right now, which is a little bit worrying, because if we don't have any children, it's going to be hard for us to... Why is this not being worked? You have plenty of wheat. It's right here. Unless it takes like a bazillion wheat to actually make alcohol. Oh, no, there it goes. It's just confused. Alright, fair enough. I just don't understand. Our cemetery is getting very full, though. We might need to replace that sooner rather than later. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, all 4 of those buildings have been removed, which means I assume a good chunk of our population is chilling out in here. No, there's only 2 of them in there. That might explain why we're not getting as many children, though. Since we don't have as many houses for these young families to live in, they aren't having babbies. You row that boat, dude. You're going fast. Of course, this is 5 times speed, which is why he's going so fast, but still. 85% full, too. Wow, our market is almost capped out. What about our barns? That's 68% full. This one's only 6% full. So we got a good amount of storage left, but the market is a pretty massive amount of storage, and it's getting pretty full now. Mostly with food, but still. Either way, I'm happy to see that our building production is actually something that happens, even if it does get a bit confused sometimes and seems to not like to switch over, because none of these is getting built either. Let's just empty these out and put them back in again. See if that wakes them back up again. But yeah, weird. Looks like there's some strangeness going on here, but for now, you know what? We're not going to mess around with it. We're just going to be happy we've got what we've got. Whew. And I think we're going to clear our fields out. Start the harvest early there, guys. Otherwise, you're going to miss a bunch of it. That's not a very good yield from this one. Oh well. And we'll do what we need to do. I think we're probably going to end the episode soon, though. We'll quickly... Oh, up to the cap at firewood. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Actually be able to hit our firewood cap. I'm going to make it 600, though, because I think that's more likely to be useful to us. I could make it even higher. Maybe we'll make it something a lot higher. Make it 1,000. Make our fuel limit 1,000 so that we can actually deal with the the firewood problem a bit more efficiently once it really hits wintertime. There's no way we're going to hit 1,000, though, is the other concern. Either way, I'm not too worried right now. This is looking pretty good. I think, like I mentioned, we're probably going to get... Oh, we have 4 sheep! Yay, more sheep! 12 wool in the previous season. Woo! Awesome. But yeah, like I said, I think we're probably going to end the episode here. So, let's just bump our tool limit, because there's no reason for it to be that. Let's make it 400 flat. Oh, nope. That's 50. 500. There we go. And, overall, I'm liking this. We're doing pretty good. We'll check our time here, and we'll see if we need to actually end the episode or not. Evidently, my ability to tell time is somewhat flawed. We have 10 minutes left in the episode, which is great. That gives us lots more time to keep working on this city. And I'm definitely interested in seeing if our little switcheroo tactic there changed anything here. Oh, it's removal tasks that are getting in the way. The stone and wood that we got left behind are what's blocking us from being able to construct again. That's silly. Alright, let's prioritize this again so people actually know they need to come and get this stuff. Laborers, come get these things. There we go. And that way we should actually clear these bits out and we should be good to go. I'm not sure if it's laborers who have to do these jobs or builders, but either way it looks like removing this debris is what's preventing these houses from actually getting finished. Yeah, that looks like it fixed it. Now they're going to start coming and build this. Very weird how that kind of thing happens, but at least we know what the problem is now. It's the removal tasks that's actually giving us problems with our construction. I'm sure people have told me about that in the comments as well, but at least now I know from experimentation. Winter hits. Let's see how long our wood stores last. We had 500 there for a while, but I have a feeling that it's not going to stay that high for long. Alright. Can't wait to get more stone houses, though, so we don't need to burn through them so quickly. I cannot wait. Alright, is there anything else new we need to start building? Our food is pretty solid again. The addition of those fisheries seems to have added quite a bit to them. I kind of want to start getting more pastures going, but we need to have a full stock of 6 animals before we can afford to split our herd, because otherwise we're just not going to get what we need. I wonder what the sale price of wool is, though, since it takes a specific animal to actually produce. And until you have them, you can't actually get wool any other way. Look at those happy little sheep. Gonna come feed our sheep? You know, you're gonna come rake some sheep ground. Rake up that poop. Oh yeah. That's some real poop raking action right there. Excuse me. But yeah, I think this is looking pretty good. We're gonna make sure I don't forget this time though. We're gonna switch our crops. There we go. I might have done that already, in which case I feel silly, but I don't think I did. So let's see if that actually increases the rate at which they grow. I think it's supposed to. We'll see if it actually does. And people are doing good work here, bringing things to upgrade and demolish these houses. This is perfect. Stone houses are being built. They're using up our stone stockpiles, which are good as well, because that'll clean up some space for us. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. I wonder if stone houses are more resilient to fires as well. That would be good to know, because I know you can have fires happen. They can just destroy your city. I've never actually had one myself, but I know they're possible. But I have a feeling stone houses would be somewhat more resilient to that effect, given that they're not made entirely of wood, you know? We'll have to wait and see, I guess. For now, I'm going to upgrade this entire sector to stone, but we're going to leave the downtown area entirely out of wood until we complete the other spots down there. We have a lot of resources over here now, which is really nice. We don't even have that many laborers. We're just not using the wood and stone as quickly anymore, I think. So that's really handy. Let's come over here quickly, though, and check how our food production here has been. Oh, that's pretty good. About 1,364 this season. That's not bad. What about these guys? Anything better? No, they haven't had as good success yet. But they were only just completed, so it's really not a fair estimate of their skills just yet. To leave it for a little bit longer and see what happens. Orthorman. That is an awful name. That's an awful name. Orthorman. Wow. Poor guy. Alright, I like how these houses are going up, though. This is good news for us. Is this one actually set to be upgraded? Yes, it is. This one's just finished already. I'll explain it. We should get some more children again once we have these houses completed, because people will move back into them, which is what we want. Firewood reserves are dropping, but it looks like we're actually pretty stable in that respect. These houses, which are just completed, obviously have no firewood yet, but they should be able to grab some without too much difficulty. Although, you know what? Probably building these new houses is partially what's giving us this firewood crisis. Since we're not Since we're getting all these houses with no firewood in them, people need to go and grab new wood, which drains the resources really quickly, because these houses aren't happy until they have like 20, 30 firewood in them. That's an interesting thing to think about as well. For now, though, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. No one else should freeze to death this winter. Hopefully. Okay, looks like our 3 guys are pretty good at keeping up a stable income, which is nice. Very nice indeed. Also, it looks like a lot of these trees have died out, which is why our firewood is such a high rate. Our foresters have picked in quite a good amount of wood in the last couple seasons. There's a lot of baby trees in this area. And we have a new merchant. Let's see what he wants to sell us. Hello, friend. Have you got chickens? Ooh, might buy some chickens from him. Chickens would be a very nice addition. We could have another pasture that way. So, let's get 4 chickens. That'll be nice. And let's trade him all of this. And all of this. Still doesn't give us 4 chickens. 3 chickens. And we'll keep some of the tools, and we'll keep some of the coats. Not that many coats. It's always a pain in the butt trying to figure out exactly how much to give these guys, because I don't like to overpay them very much, if I can help it. Let's just give them 85, that'll do. Close enough. Alright. That's probably the best we're going to get with what we're trading him. And there's 3 chickens we've earned for ourselves. Very nice. We're going to set up another pasture over here, and that should give us some more wonderful things. It'll give us chicken meat, and it'll give us eggs, which are both food items, so that's nice. And pasture time. That's this one, pasture. It's another 10 by 10 pasture. I believe every 10 by 10 pasture has a limit of 6 animals in it. It might be better for smaller animals like chickens, but for now that'll do just fine anyway. So, there we go. If we build bigger pastures, we can get more wool from them, but less meat immediately, as we'll start killing them off slower. Are you guys building this? No, you're not. This is that same problem. That stone is whatnot is on the ground, and people don't know how to deal with it. So it looks like you really have to prioritize the heck out of those buildings, otherwise people don't know to come and get stuff out of the way. Good to know, though. We figured out how to fix it. So if you were having a problem with this as well, now you know. We found the solution. Speed it up a little bit, see if we can actually get this finished as well. We have a bunch of extra people on builder tasks. We take some of them off for now. We're going to probably upgrade more of these houses as we go, but for now, that'll do just fine. And once we get that pasture finished, our chickens will have somewhere to live, which will be great. We probably have a bunch of wool again. Let's check in our town hall. This is the best way to get access to your inventory. 18 wool. Okay, coming in here. Warm coats. There we go. And it's spring again. Huzzah! We got some wool and some leather. We actually have more wool than we have leather, surprisingly enough. Wow. We have no squash, no potatoes. Interesting. Well, we'll just have to produce more coats and whatnot and see what happens here. We're already down to 6 leather, which isn't great. We have a good amount of ale and stockpiles. That should help keep people happy. Oh, we hit the next level of our graphs. Very nice. Our population cap seems to be around 117, which is 107 rather, which is awesome. No nomads. We have sheep, chickens, squash, and wheat. Gradually acquiring all the trade items, which is awesome. Whew, if our population keeps growing like this, we will be very happy indeed. And there we go. That's happening too. So it's time to demolish some more houses. Swap all these houses. It's going to take us a while to get these all switched over, but it'll be a very nice thing when we get them. There we go. Nothing could possibly go wrong there. So now, since we know the trick, my voice is getting tired apparently. We're going to select them all a bunch of times to make sure people know that it's important to do it. There we go. Excuse me. Have a drink of water here quick. Babatina. That's an awful name too. Ooh boy, well we have a good number of children again, which is good. I was worried for a little while there, and we really had a very low child population, but this should be okay. Our wheat and our squash are growing, which is wonderful. Our population of sheep is expanding. We're up to 5 now. We might be able to spread them to another pasture on this side soon. And things are looking pretty good. Things are looking pretty good. We can't split them till they hit the cap, I believe. We could empty them, though, if we turn work off. Some people are dying of old age. Our vendor has finally died, Donavani. He had a pretty cool name. People are demolishing these houses as we want them to, which is great. Cool. I'm glad we figured out how to finally upgrade these things. Because I was not super happy with how slow it was before. There goes our chicken salesman. Our chickens will chill out in here for now until we can get them replaced into their actual pastures, but it'll take a while because people seem to be prioritizing the houses first, which is fair enough. Oh my goodness, my voice is dead. I am still sick, in case you couldn't tell. Seems like I'm sick forever this winter, which isn't fun, but whatever. One worker, chickens. One worker. There we go. Chicken. Good. Oh, one of our sheep died. I think we're down to 5 there. We're down to 4. I mean, we had 5 a second ago. That's strange. Must have died of old age. Alright, well, at least we know we got ourselves a stable sheep population in time. Hopefully our chickens will be able to do the same thing. Are they walking casually along the ground like they're people? They normally do. Let's see if we can find them walking like people. Where are our chickens? I want to catch them pretending to be people, dang it. Are they already in here? I don't see them. That's strange. Where are our chickens? That's very strange. Alright, we're going to take a look around here and see if we can find our chickens. Because I don't see them in this farm, even though they're telling me that they are. Do a quick spin around to the camera, and no, there's definitely no chickens in here. Alright, where's the chickens? Where, oh where have our chickens gone? I don't think they'd be over here. That's weird. Well, hopefully they'll actually arrive there and we'll be able to get them sorted out later on. But that's very strange. Our chickens are invisible. Well, we can fit up to 16 chickens in here, so that'll be fine later on. Also, excuse me, we're going to come back in here and make sure that people know they actually have to clear this out properly. So let's set the priority high again. There we go. Either way, we're going to be ending this episode here for now. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Evidently, I have been recording for too long today. Oh, there's a chicken! There you are. You're just really, really slow. There we go. Anyhow, I look forward to seeing you guys again next time. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Banished. And I will see you then. Until then, bye-bye.